Numerous inventions and developments flourish in the military field, but main battle tanks are still the stars of the battlefield. Will this video change your concept of big tanks? Let's take a closer look at the biggest military tanks in the world. Welcome back to Military Future. In today's video, we are going to take a look at some of the biggest military tank that was revealed recently. Number 1 is none other than the Land Cruiser P-1000 Rat. The Land Cruiser P-1000 Rat was designed as a 1,000-ton tank to be used by Nazi Germany during World War II. The tank was initially planned to be 1,000 tons, far heavier than the Maus, the heaviest tank ever built, weighing 188 tons. Adolf Hitler approved the project. The vehicle's hull was to carry armor up to 25 centimeters thick, and several anti-aircraft guns were to be installed on the engine deck to defend Allied ground attack aircraft. The tank was estimated with a length of 115 feet tall and 128 feet guns forwards. Next up is none other than the Panzer VIII Maus. The Panzer VIII Maus is a super heavy military tank produced during German World War II in 1944. Maus is the heaviest fully enclosed armored military vehicle to be built yet. It is a 188-ton giant tank developed by Porsche at the order of Hitler. The vehicle was 10.2 meters in length, 3.71 meters in width, and 3.63 meters in height. The Maus's primary weapon, weighing 200 metric tons, was a 128mm KWK-44L 55 gun. The development of the Panzer VIII Maus began in 1941. Later, early in 1942, Krupp developed designs for the Tiger or Maus prototype, which gradually became the Panzer Kampfwagen 8. The 128mm gun was equipped enough to destroy all enemy fighting vehicles at close ranges and even some at ranges exceeding 3,500 meters. Next is Char 2C. France Super Heavy Tank Char, the first production super heavy tank, was followed by failures, but eventually it was a success that occurred during World War I. As this tank was a great success in the battlefield, the French military initiated a series of projects to build massive tanks. The France Super Heavy Tank Char 2C is one among the dimensionally largest tanks ever put into production, with a length of 10.27 meters, a height of 4.10 meters, and a width of 3 meters. For a time, it was the heaviest among military tanks at 6 to 9 tons. The Char 2C inspired many design choices featured in other heavy tank designs of the period. The armor protection on the 2C was one of the best, if not the best, among World War I military tanks. The 2C had 45mm frontal armor, 35mm frontal turret armor, 22mm of side armor, 22mm of rear turret armor, 10mm of belly armor, and 13mm of roof armor, and with such an armor layout, the 2C would have been unbeatable. Next up, FCM F1. The FCM F1 is a super heavy advanced tank and is one of the biggest vehicles the French ever built in World War II. FCM F1 comes with 2 turrets house, a 40mm AA gun, and a massive 90mm high-velocity anti-tank gun. This moving arsenal is capable of taking out a massive army by itself. It's also similar to the Maus with its heavy level 5 armor. The FCM F1 is one of the units in Rus capable of firing on an enemy unit with significant damage. It was developed during the interwar period to replace the Char 2C. Following up, number 5, the KF-51 Panther. The KF-51 is the main battle tank that is under development by Rheinmetall Land System. It was unveiled publicly at the Eurosatory Defense Exhibition. The new tank is equipped with a new protection system. Panther KF-51 is a touch threat detection that differentiates the types of ammunition that threaten the tank. In addition, the machine has mine protection. The weight of the new tank is about 59 tons. Given that the chassis of the tanks are the same, the maneuverability of the Panther KF-51 will be better than its predecessor. The greatest advantage of the Panther KF-51 is the digitalized tank. Next, number 6, MGCS. The Main Ground Combat System, or MGCS, has been a project by France and Germany since 2012 to replace their currently deployed Leclerc and Leopard 2 main battle tanks. In 2016, the program was in the concept phase, which was projected to be completed by 2017. Deployment of the new vehicles and systems is scheduled for 2035, with full operational capability to be achieved by 2040. The Main Ground Combat System, MGCS, will develop a future land warfare system to replace the German Army's Leopard 2 and the French Army's Leclerc. The MGCS goes well beyond a purely linear continuation of existing main battle tank capabilities. Are you enjoying the video? Don't forget to share and subscribe to this channel for more such content. Also, click the notification bell. Next up, number 7, the M1A2 SEP V4. The M1A2 SEP V4 is the superior variant of the Abrams tank. They're designed to be faster, better protected, equipped with new sensors, and armed with upgraded, more effective weapons, advanced networking technology with next-generation site sensors, targeting systems, and digital networking technology. The M1A2 SEP V4 variant incorporates a series of transformative upgrades to ensure the tank's continued combat performance. The new technology integrates a new generation of forward-looking infrared targeting sensors with improved image resolution, range, and image processing. Other V4 innovations include a new color camera, meteorological sensors, laser rangefinder technology, and fire control or weapon sights improvements. Next, number 8, K9 Wagon. The K-Wagon was a super heavy tank developed for the German Army in 1917. It was an enormous vehicle. It looked more like a land battleship than a tank. Only 2 of these models were partially built by the war's end. Captain Uyghur made the original design of the K-Wagon. The vehicle initially weighed 165 tons, but this was reduced to a more practicable 120 tons by shortening the length. The vast size and mass of the K-Wagon made it impossible to transport, so it was decided that it would be split into 4 sections and transported by rail to be reassembled behind the front line. 2 prototypes were built by the request of Hindenburg but were still incomplete by the war's end. Next, number 9, T-28 Super Heavy Tank. It is a near 100-ton vehicle with an operational range of 100 miles and a speed of 8 miles per hour, the maximum speed designated for a heavy tank. It was designated as the 105mm gun motor carriage T-95 in 1945 and later renamed in 1946 as the Super Heavy Tank T-28. The T-28 Super Heavy Tank is an American heavily armored tank with a self-propelled gun and was designed for the U.S. Army during World War II. It was initially intended to break through German defenses of the Siegfried Line and was later considered a possible participant in the planned invasion of the Japanese mainland. And finally, number 10, the Jag Tiger. The Jag Tiger is a German casemate-type heavy tank destroyer of World War II. The 71-ton Jag Tiger used to be the heaviest armored fighting vehicle used operationally by any nation in World War II and the heaviest combat vehicle to be produced during the conflict. It was armed with a 128mm PaK-44L55 main gun, which could outrange and defeat any AFV fielded by the Allied forces. It gave brief service in small numbers from late 1944 until the war's end. Although 150 were ordered, only 80 were produced. Due to excessive weight and an underpowered drivetrain system, the Jag Tiger faced mobility and mechanical problems. 3 Jag Tigers survive in museums. 2 prototypes were produced, one with a version fitted with the 8 road wheel Porsche suspension system and another version with the Henschel 9 overlapping road wheel suspension system. Military tanks are versatile weapons on the modern battlefield, and they're the real game changer in the warfield. So what do you think about these biggest military tanks? Comment your thoughts down below.